Hey, photography fans, welcome back to Amateur Photography. This is Chris, and today's special episode, we are going on a field trip. Like we mentioned last time, we're going on a road trip out to a new area. We're actually going to William Sterling State Park. This is in southeast Michigan, right on the corner of Lake Erie. We're actually looking for some kind of new shots. We're looking for nature shots, wildlife, landscapes, that way we can kind of get there. I'm pretty excited. This is a new place I've never been to, so we'll definitely see what comes around there. We're looking at a great day, warm but not too hot, so a little bit of cloud cover so we don't have to deal with direct sunlight all the time. So it should be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens. I do have to apologize to you guys. I did want to do this as a traveling video log kind of a thing, bring you along with the road trip and taking some shots along the way, getting that perspective and showing what I'm doing, but unfortunately, we couldn't get that going in time. We didn't have the correct equipment, and I didn't want to try and film while driving and figure out a way to do that safely. So that's definitely a concern there. So what we'll do, we'll cut this video into segments. This first segment is just me on the road there, and then we'll come back and after I've had time to touch up some of the photos, we'll kind of do a self-grading thing and see if I succeeded or failed with some of the shots I was trying to get, and also kind of go over what we learned. So it'll definitely be fun. Also, too, because this is going to be a road trip, you got to have music. And today's musical selection will be provided by Darwyn Jones. Darwyn Jones is a great friend of mine, known him and his family for a lot of years. He's really doing some huge things on his YouTube channel. I definitely recommend checking him out. The link's going to be down there in the description. But if you're into Christian music, he has hymns, traditional, a little bit of contemporary stuff he's rearranged. He also has, if you're just looking for some driving music, a lot of smooth jazz arrangements and original songs there. So a little bit of something for everybody. I definitely recommend him again. So check out Darwyn Jones. He'll be, serenading us on our route down there, and we'll come back with the shots and we'll kind of go over what we captured. So, Amateur Photography Episode 3. Joining us, we came back from our road trip. Went down William Sterling State Park in southeast Michigan. Awesome time. Gotta admit, I had a blast doing this, and I really enjoy being able to get out and see new environments, see different change of scenery. All that is really awesome. Had a blast. So next time we got to get you guys along for sure. So we're going to go over some of the shots I made. I have about 11, maybe 12 shots here that I'm going to share. Did a little post-production work. Tried not to do too much though. Unfortunately with this here, there were some exposure issues I had to correct and a lot of dehazing too. Maybe you'll see what I mean. Another thing I noticed about this trip, there were a lot of wind movements. I do a lot of nature and landscape kind of photography, but there were some pretty strong winds going. With all the movement going on there, I got a chance to play around with shutter priority mode a little bit. That was definitely an interesting learning experience, and hopefully I was able to use that correctly to really capture the image. What I try to go for is taking an image that's going to be true to life. So just as I see it in the natural state and all its natural glory there, I want to take a photograph that captures that. So you can kind of be the judge. I'll just post these here. I'll post my own opinion. You can comment your own opinion on there. If I think it's a failure and you think I've really succeeded, please let me know. If I think it's a success and you think it could possibly be better, also please let me know. I'm definitely here for all the feedback, so I want to learn and grow that way. So let's go ahead and jump in. First up is this picture of the factory. Off in the distance from where I was, there was a factory going. A lot of smoke billows and all that kind of thing going. The smoke that you're seeing there, it is pretty much exactly how it really looked. I try not to touch that too much, but really crazy how much that stood out there. This one, I'm going to call it a mild success, I guess. I was able to get the smoke trails there, but however, could have done better juxtaposing that versus the natural landscape. It could have been a powerful image of, machines versus nature, or technology versus nature, something like that. But I mean, I think for what it is, it did okay. It could have been a little bit better. Next up, we have this one. This is a close-up of a flowering plant in bloom. This one I'll call a success. Wanted a little bit more of the bokeh, the fuzziness in the background when something's out of focus. But I think the final result worked well. You do have limitations as far as your camera lenses and how big of an aperture you can get, but I think for what I was going for, this one worked. These two, I'm going to say these were failures, but probably a mild failure. I really wanted to get this because it really was like beautiful shot, really great scenery. Almost passed by it, in fact, but I stopped and just happened to notice it there. But when I took this, I was rushing. This was towards the end of the trip, tired, hungry, camera batteries low, beeping at you, and you'd already decided to head back, and then you see something that you like. So I could have explored it from different angles, could have had some better composition there, but yeah, awesome subject. I just didn't really give it the justice it deserved. This one here, I'm pretty happy calling this one a success. This was the first time I really used shutter priority. Like I mentioned, there were some strong winds and a lot of movement there, so I had to capture that with keeping everything in focus. I think I did a pretty good job. Probably a little bit more post work will benefit it, but the final result is really close to true to life, so that's what we were going for there. This one here, I was walking along the trail there, I saw those birds in flight, and I said, "What are those?" and snapped a picture. I don't even know what kind of bird those are. Those are a lot bigger than normal gulls, but basic picture, but I think it works. This one here, another one I almost overlooked, but I'm really glad I did. Just a wave off the shore of the lake there. Really cool, really happy with that result. I did a lot of the post work on this one to draw out the watercolor and to change it from that lovely natural brown that it was, so I think it looks a lot better this way. This one here, I'm going to call it a fail. Not really a bad shot, it's just kind of bland. It's like the basic stock image from a computer that you bought in 1999 or something. I think with this one, I wasn't really sure what direction I wanted to take with it. It's just kind of ended up being a general shot that doesn't really go anywhere. And that's an important lesson to me, so we'll come back to that. This guy, I'll count him a success. I did spend a little bit of time studying this subject and his friend. I caught a few images, and right before he hopped away, I managed to grab this one here. Yeah, I like it. Very cool. You get bonus points if you know what type of bird that is, because I don't have a clue. And this guy here. Okay, so this bridge picture, I think we're going to call that kind of a mild failure. It's an interesting shot, but something about it is wrong. It feels unbalanced or uncentered somehow. I was playing around with it, trying to crop it and get that set up, but it's not really working for me. If you have ideas on how I could have composed this better, please let me know. I'm actively inviting criticism for this one in the comments there. Yeah, I really want to figure this one out because it's kind of weird to me. Oh, this one here. Okay, so personally, I really like this shot, but I'm going to have to fail this. The setup of it really falls short in what I was actually going for. Now, I know I need better post software to fix the sky there. That's really distracting from the main subject, and I'm aware of that limitation. I need to do a lot more of that background work. Also, I probably could have waited till the trees were in stronger bloom. Really would have brought that out, but this one felt kind of rushed and not quite as up to par as it could have been, so yeah, we're going to have to write that one as a fail. This one, I'm happy calling it a success. Still feel kind of a little bit unbalanced. There may be some composition issues, but I think overall you definitely get the message and you definitely see, the point behind it. So This one here, I'm actually pretty happy with this one. It's interesting. It's a little bit different as far as the setup for it. I mean, yeah, there's room for improvement, sure, but I think it really captured the life moment in a big way. So this seashell is always a tongue twister. The seashell picture here, I think we'll count that one as a win. I'll probably keep that one around for a little bit. This one here, it's not technically bad. Again, I'm gonna have to call it a fail. It could have probably benefited from a change in angle, a different perspective, maybe. I probably could have actually been ground level when I shot that, laying down, looking up at it, kind of a thing. I mean, the background scenery is emotional. You have like almost looks like storm clouds brewing in there. Could have benefited from some cropping too, but I mean, is what it is. We're learning. This one here, this is a success, I think, in my mind. It's one of those happy accident type of success. So again, I was using shutter priority. The rim was going pretty strong, as you can see from the photo there. I was originally intending to get the trees there. That was the main subject. It just so happened in the last picture in the series, this poor bird flew by. So this was on the last frame, and out of all the pictures I took in that series, that one probably made it the best. So I'm happy with it. Definitely accidental. It wasn't anything on my part, but I like it. All right, so that's about it. I did just a few shots out of those to get those ready for the video here and to share them. Again, let me know what you think. This is definitely a learning experience for me. This is definitely something I want to pursue further. I'll probably stick with nature and wildlife photography just because it's easier and you don't have to talk to people. But I'd like to know what you think and what I can do to improve. As far as the lessons I've learned, definitely a better understanding of shutter priority. If you have any sort of motion in the frame, anything you're dealing with, it's definitely a good way to go that I'm seeing. Definitely be using that more. A big lesson for me is to slow down. I'm always just running gun, just click, 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 click as fast as I can. But I need to really take the time exploring subjects from different angles, change up composition a little bit, and learn how to play well with the background that you have naturally. Something for me to work on for sure. I also want to start having kind of a clear idea of what sort of shots I want to take. I mean, it's fun to be candid, it's fun to experiment and all that, but every once in a while it's good to just kind of have an idea what you want to convey, what the end result should be, really, and just work towards that. I definitely need practice in that area, but this is a long way to getting me there. Finally, I want to be more thorough in examining my subjects. So knowing what lenses to use, what's around while I have the lenses attached. There were a couple shots I missed, a few more bird shots actually that I probably could have got, but at the time I had my prime lens attached and I had already traded out my zoom lens for it, and there wasn't enough time to switch lenses back, and I couldn't get close enough to really make the prime lens work. So you missed a couple, but lesson learned all in all. Do your diligence, be thorough with your environment, and figure out what's going to be around and what kind of gear you're going to need, and stick to that and get all the shots that you need before you change out to something else. So yeah, a lot of lessons learned. We are probably going to do more road trips in the future, and like I said, hopefully by then we'll have some travel vlog equipment set up so we can safely take you on the road, and we can kind of do a live stream even if you want to point out any compositions I'm missing or anything else I can do like on the fly. I think that'll be really fun. So we'll set it up. But this is Amateur Photography, and thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later.